Here's Parks. To the wing, right side. Here's Fresh. The wide open shot is on the money.
I love the efficiency he's playing with tonight. Not scoring as much as usual, but he's been effective and they're winning.
The machine, the pass to Smooth. Here's the machine. Rebounded by Fresh. Fresh has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they've committed to controlling the boards, and it's paying dividends.
And it's Parks in at the 3. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. 7 points in the game.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And for Utah, here's the machine. He's got 5.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
And it's the closer in at the point guard position. 2 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter now. Fresh, the pass to the closer. Clock at 6. From the arc. Buries it from 3. The closer's got 11 points.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
And for Utah. Just under 2.5 minutes into this 3rd quarter now. They need this. Utah with another miss.
Because of his quick reactions, he was able to stay with the opponent and contest the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Here's the closer. This is the most they've led, 13 points.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
To the inside. Here's the machine. Uses the glass that time. It's good.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Here's the closer. 11 points in the game. 3rd quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. They get it back. Pass to Perez. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's the closer. Pass to Perez. Here's Parks. Here's the closer. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by the machine. Jazz trail by 15. Out to the right wing. Pass to Smooth. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Fresh. Fresh has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Perez. Here's Parks. 9 points in the game. Let's go with a 3. Perez with the bucket. Perez has got 14.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Smooth. He has 7. Got a hand on it. Second chance effort. Here's Parks. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Smooth. And it's blocked. And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. And Utah calls time here.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
Pass to the machine. To snap the cold streak. And it's good on the layup.
Ooh, an aggressive move. Takes it strong, and there's no help defensively.
Here's Cool Hands. Inside. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
To the middle. Here's the machine. Can't cash it in from close range.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Beyond the arc. No good on the shot.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
The quick look, no good that time.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Pass to Parks. That's his sixth make in 11 tries.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Smooth. He's got 7. Six to shoot. Shoots from the baseline. That one no good.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Down low. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And a look now at the Utah Jazz's upcoming schedule. On Sunday, then on Tuesday.
And that game against the Bucks, that will be the 8th contest of the year for them. The season is young, but they are starting to sharpen up.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
On defense, the visiting team. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Pass to the machine. There's the 3.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrated.
Here's Cool Hands. Here's Silk. Give him 8. Fires in the triple. He has 7.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Pass to Smooth. And another miss by Utah. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
He shoots. And he knocks the jumper down.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's the machine. He's got 7, and that one's good.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Pass to Cool Hands. Fires for three. Not going to go that time. Cool Hands has gone 1 for 4 from the field. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
Here's Goose. Here's Silk. Give him 8.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Releases from 15. And the jumper is on the mark.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The huge gap in turnovers is exactly why they're struggling right now. One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Cool Hands. Takes it inside, and the shot goes. Cool Hands has got 7.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring. This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Here we go. Here's the machine. And he can't get that one. We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Assisted.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
.43 seconds left in the third. Can't get it to drop.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Man, good whistle there.
2. Fourth personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the away team.
And the first one at the line is good.
Shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Smooth. 7 points in the game. The shot by the machine, no good. To the paint. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. He's got 6.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And technology, always a conversation, Doris. So talk to us about wearable sensors and where that is between the league and players union.
Yeah, you know, obviously there are some privacy concerns because what these wearables give you are devices to measure how healthy a player is. What should his exertion level be based on all kinds of health information? Resting heart rate variability. What was the quality of sleep? Quality of sleep is a huge issue in the NBA with all the late flights and tip times, et cetera, cross-country travel. When you're investing millions into your players, you're trying to take the best care you can of them, and some of that goes to the information you can glean from these wearables. I love them.
Lets it fly. The closer, no good.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Lets it go from deep. The shot by the machine, no good.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Pass to Silk, to the left wing. Here's Gray. On target from range.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Fudge. It's rebounded by Reyes.
You've got to be more aggressive. That kind of soft effort won't get it done.
No one near him. Utah with the rebound.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Pass to the machine. Here's ABC. The Jazz again can't hit.
You'd like to see more effective ball movement there.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Here's the closer. There's the drive. And the layup is good.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
Utah ball.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Pass to Hurt from outside the arc. Offensive rebound. ABC. Here's Gray. All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Perez.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's the machine. Jumps it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Perez uses the glass to finish the layup.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
33. That's his first personal foul.
And he drops the first.
At the line for two. Number 23.
He does not get the second one. Puts up a three. Counted from distance. The closer's got 5 points now this quarter.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
ABC's gone just 1 of 5 from the floor. Here's Perez, and he goes in for the dunk.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Here's ABC. Well, Doris, with so many franchises, the star player has a lot of sway.
Well, to me, BA, so much of this speaks to which star are we talking about. If you take someone like Stephen Curry, who historically has welcomed other stars to play alongside him, or has at moments in his career had to elevate young players who maybe have to play through some mistakes, he welcomes both. It depends on the star we're talking about.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Substitution on the court.
Down low. Here's Fudge. And miss after miss right now. Here's Parks. To the inside, to the left side wing. Here's the closer, 5 on the clock. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Hey, that's a shot he doesn't shoot very often.
42.
Fudge has got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Number 60.
Here's the closer. Inside, Fresh. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
The assist.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Here's ABC. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, BA, what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Parks gets the bucket.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Pass to the machine. Going inside, and that one good. Here's the closer. Here's Fresh. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Pass to the machine. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Down low. Here's Fresh. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Here's ABC. To the inside. To the paint. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
I think that's going to stick with them for a while. Huge mistake at a critical juncture in the game.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Pass to Fresh. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Pass to ABC. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by Fresh. Fresh has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
They need everyone clicking here. Unfortunately, his game has gone the other direction. Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Hurt. Six on the shot clock, and the three-pointer goes.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Here's the closer. Right wing. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Pass to Hurt. Here's ABC. And there's the 3-second violation.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
Well, that's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Here's Perez. Here's the closer. And counted from 12 feet.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Drives to the hoop. Here's ABC. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. ABC's gotten only 2 of his 8 attempts from the floor. To the middle. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Credit the pick for springing him open. Little things can make a big difference.
Well, Grant, it appears the league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, BA. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So there's plenty of talent to go around.
2 minutes remaining.
Has to hurt.
2 minutes.
Oh, swiped away. Here's Perez. And he jams it home with authority.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
A minute 42 left to play in the fourth. Sinks it from distance.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is giving.
To the paint. Here's Fresh. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Here's ABC. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. Oh, trying his luck from deep. He's off on that one.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's the closer. Pass to Parks. Three-pointer. Pure from three-point range.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
There's 37 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's ABC. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
Pass to Parks. Can't hit from in close. To the inside. Here's Hurt. It's tipped. Here's the closer. From 17, it falls.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris